Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree?
Yes.
You are knowing what you are wanting? Yes. You are enjoying the expansion of your desire? You've learned all the right answers. You are appreciating your ability to focus desire. Do you focus your desire deliberately sometimes? Or does contrast help you to do it? You know what you don't want, you know what you do want, you know what you don't want, you know what you do want, you know what you do want, you know what you don't want. That contrast helps, doesn't it? How do you think your beliefs are focused into being? That's really a question worth asking in a forum where we're talking about allowing. And when we're talking about allowing, we're talking about you in your physical format allowing your broader perspective. Better said, we're talking about you in your physical format allowing yourself to be in the same vibrational vicinity of that broader part of you, allowing who you really are and what you really know to be your perspective here and now. How did those words settle in with you? Because it's interesting, isn't it? As you are moving around your physical life experience and you're focusing on this or that, there's a larger part of you who is focusing in on this or that, this or that, this or that too. The larger part of you, your inner being, that source energy part of you, is focused upon the this or that with an opinion that has been carved out over lots of experience. Before you came into this body, you were source energy. And a part of you came into this body, and this physically focused personality that you know as you is sifting and sorting and sifting and sorting, knowing what you don't want, knowing what you do want. And each time you identify a preference or something that you do want, a rocket of desire, a vibrational rocket emanates from you, and the larger part of you becomes the vibrational equivalent of that. And the emotions that you feel all day, every day, are your indicators of whether you're staying up to speed with the expansion that you are providing that larger part of you. The larger part of you is evolving and is becoming and has become and stands in this present tense now moment, being who, but in this moment, are you allowing, and here's the distinction that we're wanting you to hear, are you allowing yourself to be at the same vibrational frequency of that larger part of you? And your emotions are your indicator of whether you're allowing that or not. Now it's tricky for you because you don't see yourself as clearly as we see yourself. You are looking through your physical eyes, and so when we talk about you think we mean you. And we do mean you. But we want the you that you know in your physical personality to be more aware of this larger you, this you that you are becoming, because your joy, your exhilaration, your passion, your vitality, your good feeling is all about you in this present moment, in this present now moment, finding a way to allow the wholeness of who you are. Now, I have to be careful about the way we say that, because you can't disallow the wholeness of who you are. And what we mean by that is who you really are is having this moment with you. Who you really are is reveling in your brilliance and in the beauty of your world and in the beauty of the people that you are talking with or surrounded by. But sometimes you are not up to speed with that. And that's what negative emotion is. So now we want to go back to our earlier question, because we've not asked this of you before. And we could tell when we did ask you, you had no idea what we were talking about. And so that's why we explained it a little further. And now we've explained it, we're going to ask you again and see if our explanation settled in with you enough that when we ask you now, that we get something back from you. Don't try too hard. So, do you like how this time-space reality focuses your desire And do you accept that it does? That you just can't help but have an experience without knowing what you prefer from it. So it's easy to understand that this time-space reality is shaping your desires. And we want to add to that now that we've explained it more fully. That by shaping your desire, we mean shaping who you really are, shaping the larger part of you, causing you to become more than you were before you had the experience. So then the next question that we asked you was, how do you think you're doing, or are you doing it consciously, forming your beliefs? How do your beliefs come? In other words, contrast causes you to become. But how do you think your beliefs are coming about? And we want to say to you that for most humans, your beliefs come about from your observation of things going on around you. So your desires are formed that way too, but who you really are radiates from that exposure to that contrast. But often, your beliefs don't make that same jump. But relative to your beliefs, and your belief is the only thing that keeps you from being a vibrational match to your desire. And what is a belief anyway? A belief is just a thought you keep thinking. A belief is a habit of thought. A belief is a pattern of thinking. It's getting a vibration going and law of attraction keeping it going because you're making no effort to change it in any way. So what happens is your desires are born easily out of your exposure to life, but your beliefs aren't changing so fast as your desires. And in most cases, it is simply because you're not aware that you have the ability to change your beliefs. You think that what is just what is. And if it is, then you ought to believe it. If you want to be factual and truthful and evidential, in other words, you shouldn't lie to yourself, is what most people say. Esther has said to us through the years, but Abraham, it's true. And we've teased her. Because something is true doesn't mean that it is something that you're wanting to give your attention to. Because giving your attention to it causes you to hold yourself in a vibrational frequency that holds you often in negative emotion, and most important, doesn't allow you to be who you really are. So now it makes a little more sense to you what we were probing at, doesn't it? So let's start again. Do you enjoy the evolution of your desire? And do you understand that your desire is always being felt by you emotionally in relationship to your belief, which is only a thought that you keep thinking? So if you want something and you doubt it, how does it feel? Terrible. You say, I felt better before I wanted it. I wish I could bring my desire back over here. But you can't. You can't stop your expansion. The only thing that you can do in order to maintain your alignment with your constant becoming is you've got to be flexible in your beliefs. And most people are not that flexible. You're not that flexible in your beliefs because there's something that you've picked up somewhere along your physical trail that says, I worked hard to come to this opinion and I'm not changing it, even though it doesn't serve me well at all. And when you think about it, there are a lot of things that you believe that you think you have no choice at believing because they are, and you don't want to be a liar. You don't want to be delusional. We want you to, but you don't want to be. And so we want to talk about changing beliefs. We want to talk about why you might want to change a belief. But more important, we want to talk about focusing on the beliefs that serve you. And in doing so, in the lack of focus on the beliefs that don't serve you, they will peter away. And as you let more and more of those unnecessary, unhealthy, unproductive, and unhelpful to you beliefs, as you let them fade away, then you're no longer doing that thing you do that is introducing resistance into your vibrational pattern that's keeping your desires from being pure. So all day today, we're going to be talking about focusing. And everything that we've ever offered to you has been about helping you allow who you've become to come forward into your experience more clearly.